All right, I'm gonna record this again. The first part I recorded, which was my spoiler-free review of Megalopolis, somehow got deleted. So part 2 is the same as what I originally recorded. This is me just gonna briefly go through my review and my experience watching Megalopolis without spoilers. I highly recommend listening to the spoiler one, though, because I doubt it even spoils the movie with how fucking batshit insane it is. Okay, so basically, Megalopolis. Francis Ford Coppola's been making this movie for fucking 40 years. No one greenlit it because Apocalypse Now went so over budget, and everyone's like, we can't trust you with money. So after 40 years of fucking having this shit in the oven, finally they record it like 2 years ago, and then they slap it together and fucking put it out. I was very looking forward to this movie because I love Apocalypse Now, and I'm like, oh, holy fuck. For years, I'm like, oh, this is going to be amazing if this ever gets made. Holy shit. First watch. I'm very excited for this. I hear the mixed reviews. People either love it or they hate it. And I'm like, okay, this is right up my alley. That's this kind of stuff I like. I get to the theater and I watch it. It's a very overwhelming film. Like, visually, audio, narratively, you're just overstimulated the whole time. He's doing shit like no one's like done before with like fucking composition and editing. People have done it before, but never just like back to back in your face. The weirdest shit imaginable. It's all over the place. The dialogue there's a lot of weird moments where it just feels like they just took an outtake or a blooper that like they just had the cameras rolling and the actors were just shooting the shit, and then they just included it in the final cut. There's so many of those instances, and those are like the best part of the movie. But so I finished the movie and I'm like, wow, that was a fucking lot. I just sat through 2.5 hours, and I honestly can't tell you what the movie was even about or what it was trying to say. I'm a glass half full kind of guy, so I'm like, I'm very excited to watch this again because I want to piece together what this is about. I'm going to have to do research. I'm going to have to look up stuff because like they're referencing so many different sources. Like their characters will just be having a conversation, and then someone will just break the fourth wall by holding up a book at the bottom of the screen just for like a second, just so you could see the title, and then just fucking put it back down. And you're like, what was that about? What was the point of that? Obviously, they're trying to reference something, but like, I couldn't read the title of the book to look it up later. So many instances of stuff like that. So I go back and I watch the movie a second time because I'm like, I'm very excited. I did some research on the fucking Catalina Rebellion from Rome, which is like a major inspiration, and I was reading Coppola's fucking philosophy and his biggest regrets about the film industry and all the fucking things that this movie could be, and I'm like, oh, it's a metaphor for the film industry. Oh, it could be a fucking critique on fucking whatever, and I'm like, open-ended as hell. I'm readily excited to just listen to the movie again and watch it and try to piece together what it was trying to say. Because it's saying so much, and it's like, and I watched it again, and after going through it the first time and like knowing everything that's about to happen, it's no longer overstimulating, and you're just sitting there, and it's the most boring film. Nothing happens. Nothing, the scene, like there's good individual scenes, like scene by, like if you just look at one scene, it's pretty good, and then the fucking punchline might be funny, because there's a lot of like, they're just quoting old philosophers and old fucking leaders, and then they'll just make a fucking random sex joke, and you're like, it's kind of funny, but when you're watching it the second time, that you realize that the quotes that they're saying mean nothing. They're literally just fucking babbling on about what old famous dead people said. And the only thing you have to look forward to is the audience laughing at the fucking dick jokes. And that's it. And so I was like, the second time watching it, I realized, I'm like, Coppola was trying to say things, but then he realized, oh, if I say that, that could be seen in a bad light. Oh, if I make that point, then you could follow it to some other place that I don't really want to go. And so as a result, he doesn't say anything. He like starts saying something and then immediately backtracks. The movie feels like how Elon Musk sees himself as the savior of the world. I can solve all of society's problems. Don't think about how I'm a rich kid. Don't think about the diamond mine. It's literally a Neil Breen movie with how Neil Breen would cast himself in a lead role of I'm a genius, I'm misunderstood. Every other fucking person in the movie is a straw man. And don't even get me started on the female characters. This movie is so misogynistic in just every possible way. There are 4 prominent female characters. None of them do anything except be romantically involved with the main male characters and then also get naked. That is all they do. You have the main love interest. She starts out as like a party college girl, lesbian, and she just falls in love with Adam Driver because he's a fucking genius, and then she has his baby, and that's all she does. Then there's her mother, and all she does is she's just the mayor's wife, and she has some funny lines, and that's it. And then you have fucking Aubrey Plaza, probably the best part of this movie. All she does is fuck people for their money and status, and that is the extent of her character. There's no nuance. She just seduces men so that she can rise up in the world. That's it. And then the only other prominent female character is some like teenage pop star who literally in the movie has a 2-minute long song about her virginity, while a bunch of old dudes are auctioning millions of dollars for the chance to fuck her because she made the virgin whatever fucking swear promise. It was some shit they did in Rome that was fucked up, and they're making a joke about it. She's like, oh, my purity is inside of me. Some fucking crazy shit. And her character arc is just Miley Cyrus, where they find out she's not 16, she's actually 23, and she has like a husband or something. They don't even talk about it. They like make it like a whole like, oh my god, Adam Driver fucked a 16-year-old. Here's the video proof. And then it's like, oh no, the video was faked, and also she's 23, so he never fucked her, and she's an adult, so it's fine. And then there's a cut of like her and her husband, and you're like, okay. And then she has a Miley Cyrus arc, and she's just for 10 seconds you see her song like, I'm such a bad girl, I lied to you. And then there's like a headline about how teenage pregnancy rose up in fucking New Rome. The city's called New Rome. I go more into that in part 2. And yeah, that's the only female characters in the movie, and that's all they do. And the rest of the movie is just fucking the male characters having all the agency and yet nothing happening. And so the plot, this was a spoiler-free, somewhat spoiler, now I realize I kind of went in a little bit in the spoilers, but you don't fucking care. You're wanting to hear me ramble about this because you're like, in fact, I'm selling you more on the movie because after the second part, from what I told you about this part, and then after the second part, you're just not going to believe that this is a movie. I honestly can't believe this is a movie and that I saw it twice. Multiple times while watching it the first time, I had to like literally pinch myself because I was like questioning. I'm like, this just feels like a movie I'd watch in a fever dream I was having. This isn't a real movie. And then I'm like, no, I'm actually sitting here watching this. And then the second time around, I'm like, wow, this is a movie. They made this. Holy fuck. Okay, look forward to the second half of this. Probably going to be a video because iTunes just didn't want... Not iTunes. Apple did not want to send the audio message through the group chat. So look forward to the second one. I'm going to edit it in right now. Okay, bye. Okay, spoilers now in this audio. Spoiler warning. I'm going to go into the plot of Megaflopolis, Megacocculus, Mega fucking holy shit. Okay, so the basic premise of the movie is it's the modern day, but it's instead of New York, it's New Rome. Because this is a fable. The film first 30 seconds is like Megalopolis, a fable. Just to kind of be like, hey, yeah, this is kind of fucking artisty, kind of fucking metaphorical, kind of fucking I'm trying to make a point, but I don't want to write anything specific or grounded, so I'm just going to fucking dance around shit and make a lot of characters of political people and famous political things that have happened in the past, namely the fucking the something rebellion and the fucking Rome, and he doesn't even follow through with it. The whole movie is like the Catalina rebellion from fucking Rome. But then he doesn't follow through with it and completely abandons what happened with the Catalina rebellion in fucking Rome. It's like, okay, you're just like took that as a jumping off point and then abandoned it like 3/4 through the film. Cool. But fucking so, like, it's about, like, it's fucking New Rome, and Caesar Catalina, Adam Driver, is some fucking, like, rich kid inventor. He won a Nobel Prize, and the mayor doesn't like him because he's invented some shit called Megalon. I wish I made that up. It is fucking called Megalon. And it's this building material that can practically do fucking anything you want. And he was like, I'm Adam Driver. We gotta build a city out of Megalon so that it's immortal, and we gotta talk about having a utopia, because a utopia only comes about when we talk about what we need to do for a utopia. We need to have a great debate, blah, blah, blah. And people are like, okay, fucking, isn't the Megalon dangerous? Fucking, what's your plan? What are you gonna do? Why are you destroying our houses and buildings? Blah, blah, blah. Crazy shit. And he's just like a fucking guy. Like every other character except for him, any character that is like opposing him is just entirely a straw man in all regards. They are just like fucking Shia LaBeouf is just a Trump metaphor. There's a scene where he's like fucking lecturing people in a park, and he literally just finds a tree stump in the shape of a swastika and just stands on top of it and starts saying, fuck Caesar! Fucking, I hate that guy! I'm his cousin, but fuck him! I'm better, follow me, I'm giving you money to the people so that you'll support me in my goals. And he just essentially, like, surrounds himself with the Proud Boys. So anyway, Caesar Catalina, fucking Adam Driver, develops basically this miracle material that can do anything. Also, side tangent, he has the ability to stop time. Does he do anything with that? And it has nothing to do with the Megalon. It's just he can stop time. Because he's like fucking artistic and can like see the world for what it is. I guess it's a metaphor. But he fucking stops time and does jack shit with it except watch frozen birds, stop the clouds, and then do some trippy shit with a bottle he broke. Like, oh, it's unsmashed! And then, like, his fucking girlfriend, who starts out the movie as a lesbian, and then ends up falling in love with him instead. Weirdest fucking plot development of my life. But she drops flowers, and he pauses time to, like, catch it before falling. And that's the extent of what he does with time travel powers. Like, he can literally go back and forward in time, and he tells time itself, like, show me the future, so I can develop Megalopolis the way it's supposed to be. What does he do with the Megalon? He fucking makes Disney people movers. He makes the bullshit from Jurassic World and fucking makes goddamn Keebler Elf architecture. Oh my god, the buildings are made out of plant-like stuff, and the houses can grow if you have a baby and you need another room for the baby. Now your house has an extra room. Congratulations. Holy fuck. He does, like, and then they're like, oh my god, this is it. This is utopia. We've solved all of the world's problems with fucking people movers, hamster balls, and goddamn Keebler Elf architecture. The fucking Megalon, he gets shot in the face at one point in the movie by a kid assassin. And fucking, they just shove Megalon in his face, and he fucking starts healing.
Don't even get me started on like, there's a somewhat revealed, they're very vague about it, but apparently he made the Megalon after he cheated on his wife, who was pregnant years before, and she fucking ran away and drove off a bridge and died. And then he's like, oh my God, she was going to tell me she was having twins. My wife and twins are dead. I'm going to try to bring them back to life. And he tries to Frankenstein them back to life, but he fails. And as a result of of manipulating the like fucking chemical nature of his deceased fetal twins, he invents this miracle particle that can do fucking anything. When they fucking try to save him from being shot in the face, they fucking find his wife's hair and shove it in his goddamn face with the Megalon. Like, oh, but even though no one else knows that that's how he made the Megalon, they're just like, let's just fucking shove his dead wife's hair in his face. Holy fuck. It's fucking, it's a movie. There's a whole, like, we're raiding the Capitol, except it's the City Hall. And so they're, oh my God, they're raiding the City Hall. And then the police, like 5 seconds later, it's like, okay, we pushed it back. And then all the fucking stampeders go to the unopened fucking Megalocity. Oh, and Caesar Catalina's there. And he's like, we need to have a debate about society. Megalopolis is open. And then everyone cheers. And then all problems are solved. And then fucking, oh my God. When the fucking John Vought scene, when he's like fucking dying in his bedroom, and Aubrey Plaza, who married him, she's a gold digger in this movie. She's like, I stole his bank, and now I'm fucking his nephew, so that we could get the inheritance, blah blah blah. And they walk in, and John Vaught's just got a fucking erection, and he's like, oh yeah, you should always got me up. And then he's like, let me shoot you. And then he flips back the covers after like 2 minutes. He's like, let me shoot you with my boner arrow. And then he fucking shoots her in the heart and she dies. And then he shoots Shia LaBeouf in the ass twice. One goes up his anus. There's a fucking arrow up Shia LaBeouf's anus. I cannot literally make this movie up. It is so fucking insane. And nothing fucking happened in it. You watch the movie for the second time, and you're like, Jesus, this is just people quoting Marcus Aurelius. That's it. That's the whole movie. All right, there's my thoughts. Bye.